Yo, what's going on out there? It's Larry coming to you again with another Blazin Sports Report. First of all, we got to give congratulations out to Paul Pierce, Kobe Bryant, passing legends. Kobe has passed Shaq on an all-time scoring list, moving past Shaq in number 5. It's amazing that Shaq still finds time to put himself in the conversation with Kobe Bryant, even though this is Kobe Bryant's achievement. Then we also have Paul Pierce, who has passed Larry Bird on the Celtics all-time scoring list, moving into number 2. Both of those guys are champions. Both of those guys are well-deserved. Both of those guys are surefire Hall of Famers. Now, moving on to bigger topics. There's going to be two main topics that I talk about right now. One is people have been asking me, at work and stuff like that. So I feel the need to go ahead and emphasize these points. The first one being Austin Rivers. Freshman Duke. We all know he's the son of Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, head coach of the Boston Celtics. And Austin Rivers was the #1 player coming out of high school. Highly regarded, highly touted. They were saying he's going to be the next big thing, especially coming into this year. But his season at Duke thus far has been up and down. It has been iffy, if you will. Nobody really knows what to make of the kid. But biggest stage in college basketball, Duke versus Carolina. He went down to the Dean Dome, taking on North Carolina Tar Heels. Highly favored. They said that they couldn't be beat by this Duke team. They were undersized, they were overmatched, and that they just didn't have it in them. Well, freshman comes in there, drops 29 points, and hits the game winner over a 7-foot Tyler Zeller, who had his arms stretched out over him, but really didn't put his hands up in time. Now, a lot of people are asking me, what do I take of Austin Rivers? This is my thing. Austin Rivers, personally, I believe he should stay in school for another year. Another year, get some learning, because, like I said, the season has been up and down this year. We've seen some flashes. We've seen some good stuff come from Austin Rivers. We've seen the fact that he can score. We know that he can score. We've seen that when he was at Winter Park down here in Orlando. But the thing is his decision making, the fact that his vision, if you will, because right now the kid doesn't have any meat on his bones. So in my personal opinion, I think if Austin Rivers wants to be regarded as that next big thing, like to take his game to the next level, I think it would benefit him more to stay around Coach K for another year. I hope that Doc hits him in the head with this, say, hey, I mean, you're good right now, but you could be even better. Get another year of learning under your belt. I mean, you're at a private institution, so you're going to get a good learning experience anyway. But in terms of knowledge on the basketball court, which is ultimately, I'm pretty sure it's his goal to be an NBA player, I think it will benefit him more if he stays, retools his game. He's already been regarded as the man at Duke right now. He was their lead, he probably still is their leading scorer. I haven't checked the stats recently, but I do know this. You come in 29 points, all the pressure's on your shoulders, and you come in, you drop the game-winning 3 at the buzzer in North Carolina's house. I mean, that shows that you really have that it factor, that clutch factor that Skip Bayless is always talking about. You got that clutch factor to go in to handle those high pressure situations. The thing that has always been troublesome is consistency. We've seen this with OJ Mayo. OJ Mayo went to USC for 1 year. Same kind of hype around him. Best shooting guard in all of college basketball or whatever, highly regarded. But once he stayed at USC for 1 year, and we all remember his decision to go to USC was the simple fact that he wants to get used to that LA lifestyle, so it'll be better suited for him, so it won't be such a big culture shock. So we already knew what his goal was. You don't go to Duke for an NBA lifestyle. You go to Duke to learn, not only from Coach K, but also get your education from that high learning institution. If I was Austin Rivers, I'd stay for another year, continue to work on my game, and listen to what Coach K has to say, because Coach K is a great teacher. The man knows basketball. He knows what he's doing. I mean, the man is, I think, all-time win leader in men's basketball. I believe that is correct. But in my personal opinion, I would want that. I think that Austin Rivers, first of all, he needs to get bigger. You won't be able to survive in this NBA. Kevin Durant has done it because he's long, but he's not necessarily the biggest guy. But he's long, he's athletic, he can score. Austin Rivers, he has a quick first step. That's one thing I do like. He has a quick first step, so he'll be able to blow past guys. But in terms of defending bigger guys, right now we see Jimmy Fredette struggling with that. He was always questioned about his defense, but Jimmy Fredette isn't a little guy. Austin Rivers is a smaller guy. He has a little bit of length on him, but in terms of physicality, he doesn't have it. Going to that next level, he's going to have to be a better decision maker with the ball. He's only 6'4", if I'm not mistaken. So that's about Eric Gordon height, but Eric Gordon is a little bit more beefier than he is. I think Austin Rivers, another year in college, it will benefit him greatly, and we'll see where that translates. I believe if he stayed another year, him and what's the other kid's name? Anthony Davis down in Kentucky. Those two guys, I think that they will benefit the most from staying one more year in college basketball, because I believe coming into next year's draft, they'll probably be number 1 and 2 overall, considering how they develop along. But moving on to the NBA right now, sensation sweeping the nation right now is Lin-Sanity, Jeremy Lin. Guy out of Harvard, undrafted. He played with the Warriors last year. He only seen 22 games on the court. He was down in the D-League. Knicks picked him up. We all know the Knicks' backcourt issues. We all know their front court issues with Carmelo and Amari not being able to get along right now. Jeremy Lin is balling out of control right now. There's no doubt about that. I'm impressed with him. I'm not going to lie. But people want to know, what do I honestly think about Jeremy Lin? This is what I think about Jeremy Lin. Enjoy it now. Because once Amari comes back, and definitely when Carmelo comes back, all these 20-point games are going to disappear. All this hype surrounding him is going to disappear. And especially when Baron Davis comes back. We know that Baron Davis is just, he may or may not be clawing at the bit to get back in there. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're in the grandest stage of them all. In terms of basketball, I think New York is probably the second biggest in terms of basketball, right after Indiana. I mean, Indiana people, those guys know their basketball. But in New York, it's a pretty damn close second. Jeremy Lin is electrifying right now. 3 starts, 4 straight games played, 4 straight Knicks wins. Each game, 20 points, 5+ assists. The man is shooting damn near 60% from the field. I love how the man plays the point guard position. He doesn't make a bad play. Every shot that he takes is attacking the basket. I love that. He attacks the basket. He looks for his teammates. His ball control is a little bit questionable. He has some high turnover ratios. But here's the thing. Carmelo comes back. Carmelo wants the ball. Carmelo needs the ball. Carmelo's going to get the ball. And with Carmelo getting the ball, that's going to take away from Jeremy Lin. Amari Stoudemire, we've seen what he could do when he's playing with a great point guard. He has Steve Nash. Everybody's saying that Jeremy Lin reminds him of Steve Nash. When I look at Jeremy Lin, he reminds me a little bit more of a Tony Parker than a Steve Nash. He had shown last night, especially after dropping 38 against the LA Lakers. I mean, you drop 38 on the Lakers, you still regarded as a rookie at MSG in prime time. I mean, that's a great feat in itself. But he shown that he can knock down wide open shots. He can attack the basket fearlessly. He recognizes matchups. He makes a smart basketball choice. I love all that about his game. When Carmelo comes back, and he'll probably be back before Amari Stoudemire, all this is going to fade away. And the reason I say that is Carmelo's going to take the ball. Carmelo's going to dominate the ball. Carmelo's already acknowledged the fact that he wants to be more he wants to distribute the ball a little bit more to his teammates. But do you really think that's going to happen? I don't think that's going to happen. It's Carmelo, he wants to be the man. Now, the problem with the Knicks have been the point guard position. We will have to wait and see how this integrates into all of that stuff once Melo and Amari gets back. I don't think he'll have a problem playing with Amari. But here's the thing. You're in New York, biggest media market in all of America. Everybody has their eyes on the Knicks, right? Especially since the Giants have won the Super Bowl. All the focus is now turned towards the Knicks. I mean, of course, you got the Islanders and the Rangers. The Rangers are doing great right now. The Islanders, they've always sucked. but the Knicks have always been the ticket, if you will, when it comes to events in New York City, especially in their garden. Jeremy Lin right now, the way that he's playing is putting I love the kid. He has that great personality, that great demeanor to not let things get to him. But he's putting a lot of pressure on his shoulders right now in terms of expectations in the media market of New York City. People are going to want to see this on a consistent basis. He has delivered that on a consistent basis. But the one thing people have said, he has looked tired. He's playing a lot of minutes. He's not getting any backup right now. You got Mike Bibby, you got Iman Shumpert. Iman Shumpert, in my opinion, is an athletic off guard. I don't see him really as a point guard. He can defend, he can attack, all this other stuff, but the man takes too many shots. Iman Shumpert has adjusted his game to play with Jeremy Lin, which I love. I love that fact right there. But do I think Carmelo would do that? No, I don't. In my personal opinion, I think the Knicks would be better off with Carmelo. I already said when that trade happened that they gave up entirely too much just to get Carmelo Anthony in. And we've seen the results right now, which have been less than acceptable, especially in the city of New York. But I will say this. If Carmelo can adjust his game to play with Jeremy Lin, if they keep Jeremy Lin in the starting lineup even when Baron Davis is healthy, this team will be dangerous. You have an outside scoring threat in Carmelo, you have an inside scoring threat in Amari Stoudemire, and you have a point guard who can run it all. The man is smart with the ball. I rarely see him make bad decisions. If you look, most of his turnovers come in attack mode, but that lets you know that he is actually looking to get in the paint and create for his teammates. Granted, last night against the Lakers, it was the first time playing against taller competition with Gasol and Bynum around him. But you wonder if the fatigue factor is playing in. Everybody looks at him and they say for some reason they can see him being gassed during certain games. I don't know if that's a testament to the high minutes that he's playing right now that D'Antoni is putting on him, but I do know this: D'Antoni is going to ride him like there's no other thing that he can right now, especially when you consider his two all-stars are out right now. I think that people are going to want to see this even when Carmelo comes back, even when Amari comes back, and it's not going to happen. I think that Jeremy Lin, he won't mind taking that back seat, but the reason that he is scoring the way he is because he's smart. The man can take people off the dribble. He has shown that. He can attack the basket, he can get to the free throw line, and thing like all his shots are in the paint. Everything that the man does comes from the free throw line down. And that's a great testament of point guard play. I would hope that the New York media doesn't bombard him once Melo and Amari comes back, because they're getting instant results right now. 4 straight wins. That's a tremendous effort coming out of this guy. But if the Knicks are smart, which they haven't proven to be in the last couple of years, if the Knicks are smart, what they will do, they will find a way to integrate the offense around Jeremy Lin and have the other guys, Melo and Amari, adjust to his game. I don't think Amari is going to have a problem with it. But Melo, being the ball hawk that he is, and wanting the ball all the time and having to demand the ball in his hands, if you don't give it to him, he's going to get upset. It's going to be a little bit of problems right there. I hope that this doesn't bog him down. We see that he has tremendous faith in a guy. We see that the man is humble. We can see that he doesn't take any of the credit. He always gives it as a team effort, which is a great sign from a point guard that you really want. If the Knicks are smart, they know that point guard has been their main problem all season long right now. That and Carmelo not passing the ball. But if this ball movement stays consistent, then Jeremy Lin will be able to propel himself to be a mainstay. I can see when Carmelo comes back, I can see him being a 17 and 10 guy. It's 17 points and 10 assists, because he won't have to take on the scoring load as much as he has. I mean, come on, the man just averaging probably 28 points after last night's win against LA. But when I look at Jeremy Lin, he's smart, he's talented, he's humble. You know, the man is book smart because he graduated from Harvard. Man, his basketball IQ is top notch. Jeremy Lin, he's going to be around in the NBA for a long time, but it all depends on how how the coaching staff manages him once the two superstars come back. Will this be a burden on him? Will his numbers go down? Yes, they will go down. But with his numbers going down, I think his shooting percentage will come up. I mean, we actually saw them double teaming Jeremy Lin last night as the man went off for 38 points. I mean, that's respect right there. The man outscored Kobe Bryant. To do that, it's a feat in itself. But I like Jeremy Lin. I don't see no problems with him. If he is a savior in New York, then hopefully Melo realizes that and says, hey, you set up the offense, get me wide open shots. That's what Carmelo is going to have to do. He's going to say, get me the shots, I'm going to knock them down, I'm going to give you your assists. That's what Carmelo should do. Will he do it? I don't know. But if he does do it, these New York Knicks, they can take it to a whole nother level. I believe they will be able to do that. I'm an analyst, not really a reporter, but I do bring you news. Larry Jenkins, Blazin Sports Report. I'll holler at y'all boys. Peace.